Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Hello, Bulldog fans, and welcome to the Marilot Sport and Fitness Center here on the campus of Adrian College. We are excited to bring you this NCAA women's volleyball game against our crosstown rival, Siena Heights. I am Jack Whitehead, joined alongside me is Remington Gilniak. We are excited for this matchup here on Adrian College TV. It is Staff and Professor Appreciation Night, so hopefully we see a few faculty show up and we can honor them, their hard work that they give back to the school tonight. Now it's what everyone is here for, the Bulldogs against the Saints. Bulldogs come in at the 1-7 record. They played their last time out against Lawrence Tech pretty tough. They're, as for Siena, they come in with a 6-7 record, coming off a tough defeat at Madonna on Saturday, September 20th. Throw it over here to my partner, Remy. Give us the season recap on Adrian, my friends.
And it's been a rough start for the Bulldogs so far for the season for head coach David Kwan. They're coming in today with a record of 1-7. Most of that damage to the record was done to their trip in Houston, Texas. And in that tournament, they dropped a 12 of 13 sets. They began the year 0-4. They bounced back later on, defeating the College of Wooster 3-0, but then they dropped the next two games of the weekend and most recently dropped a game to a very talented Lawrence Tech team. That was on September 13th, and it was a competitive game. It was a 3-0 game, but it wasn't a total blowout. It was definitely a tough game.
Yeah, that was their first home game of the year, and we really saw that crowd kind of get into it, especially in the first and third sets. Hopefully they can sort of regroup and have a good showing here tonight as we get over to Siena. First-year head coach Corey Ness. Siena started the season sweeping the Siena Heights Invitational without dropping a set, defeating Trinity Christian, Olivet Nazarene, and Calumet. The Saints then dropped their first match to a tough-ranked opponent at Aquinas College, starting a 1-6 streak where they had some close defeats as well as some games to forget. Saints do come in winners of 2 of their last 3 games. Look to ride that momentum into this matchup with the Bulldogs. Siena has won 9 of 10 against the Bulldogs. We are going to cut to commercial here, get the national anthem in, and we're going to be coming back, starting lineups here on ACTV.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
we are back here on ACTV. Bulldogs hold a 28-23 all-time lead against their crosstown rivals, Siena Heights, but it has been the Saints who have taken it to the Bulldogs the last decade or so, defeating the Bulldogs 9 of their last 10 matches. Last year, the Saints and Bulldogs played 2 grueling sets, but the Saints took them both by scores of 28-26 and 25-22 before Siena ran Adrian out of the gym in the third set by taking it by a score of 25-9. Now we're going to kick it down to our sideline reporter, Audrey Evans, with more on the crosstown rivalry.
This is always a game that everyone gets revved up for. When crosstown rivals come to meet and play, Siena Heights and Adrian College. We have been playing Siena Heights since 1977 and consecutively since 2019. When they meet on the court, it's always a great game. But unfortunately, this may be the last time we see them here at our field. Siena Heights is unfortunately closing down after this school year. I got the moment to speak with their head coach, Corey Ness, and she had a few things to say. She said that they always mark this down on their calendars to come and play, and then their girls always play great on the field and always get revved up when they come to play with Adrian College girls. Back up to you, Jack.
Thanks, Audrey. We are just about set to get underway. A few players we want to
you are
highlight
clear.
for Adrian, Remy.
For the Bulldogs, we're really looking at Megan Feldman in this one. Has played 25 sets this year, 52 kills. That is just over 2 kills per set. She's really been the focal point of this Bulldog offense, and I expect to be saying her name a lot throughout this one.
Yeah, and for Siena, we have Devin Eisenhower, number 8, who leads Siena in kills by a large margin. It's their star player, one of their few seniors, 1,040 career kills. Leads the team in basically every offensive category. We are just about set to get underway
Siena.
here at the Marilot.
Give me just Siena. Zoom in on
Bulldogs and the Saints for one last time.
There you go.
Bulldogs trying to close this historic chapter in this rivalry on a high note.
To be ready.
It has not been much in their favor over the last 10 matchups. Bulldogs just 1-9. That's dating back to September 24th, 2012. So with almost 13 years after that, the 10th game, Bulldogs trying to scratch across another win here and get their season going at home this year. Haven't won a game at home this year, looking to get that started.
Yeah, 1-7 coming in.
The
Saints
game.
are 6-7. Is Virginia Rowan to serve for the Bulldogs. We are set underway. The Saints and Bulldogs one last time here at the Marilot. Dug out by the libero, Maya Crone. Set up nicely. Knocked away by Mia Vitali. Setting up Megan Feldman. Bashed it down. That is blocked by 2 Saints just out of the field of play. Bulldogs grab an early lead.
Speak of the double with Megan Feldman. We mentioned her name at the top of the broadcast for a reason. She's the focal point, and on the very first point, she gets it done for the Dogs.
Yeah, Rowan to serve. Bulldogs leading by 1. Dug out by Crone once more. Set up right in front of us to Ferris. Bulldogs grab a 2-0 lead early. Rowan on a little bit of a run to start it off. Bulldog bench getting involved. They will need to. And a miss hit there, and the Bulldogs grab another point right away. I believe that was number 8, Devin Eisenhower, their best player. Bulldogs 3, Saints 0.
Not a characteristic of Eisenhower throughout the year. Pretty much right at the knees of her, just kind of whiffed it on the hit, unable to get anything underneath it. It's going to allow the Bulldogs to get their 3rd straight.
Another sort of free ball here for the Bulldogs. Rowan digs it out. Kaiser, little trick shot, hit up by Charlene Ballard. Bulldogs going to get another free ball and spoke too soon as that one is placed perfectly by Eisenhower in the middle of the Bulldog defense.
Well, of course, the 2 offensive players that we highlighted at the top of the broadcast. First point scored by each team, the 2 that we mentioned.
Look at us go. Charlene Ballard to serve. Rowan to Kaiser, setting up Chan in front of us. Blocked, dug out by Crone. And a booming hit right on cue. Eisenhower straight down.
Nothing any Bulldog can do on that one. Rowan had the only chance at it, but just too much power from the big right arm.
Bullard to serve again. Rowan sort of off her shoulder, and it's going to be a service ace for the Saints as they respond with 3 from the Bulldogs, 3 for themselves. Bullard looking to make it 4 in a row. Dug out by Sullivan. Kaiser setting up Chan. I believe they're going to say Kaiser went under the net there. Saints are going to get their 4th point in a row.
Yeah, she got a little bit too close to the net right there. Made some contact there.
Serve off the net. That's going to ricochet off the arms of Sullivan. Charlene Bullard is 5 quick points for the Saints.
Game of runs so far. Bulldogs started out with the serve, get 3 straight. Saints come right back with 5 of their own. Looks like we're going to have a high-scoring game.
And right on cue, Bullard hits it about 5 to 10 feet too long. Bulldogs will get a free point there. So we're going to see O'Shaughnessy for the Bulldogs for the first time, number 31. As the libero, Rainey Atherton, senior, is to serve. Crone digs it out. Mallory Johnson setting up Eisenhower. Rowan dives, saves it. Sullivan over to Feldman, a free ball. Batted up in the air by Johnson, diving by Crone. Another free ball over. As Kaiser setting up Feldman cross side, blocked down. Atherton gets it back. Kaiser a free ball over. Johnson setting up Eisenhower, off speed, dug out by Sullivan. At the net, blocked down by number 18, Katie Morse. Bulldogs just could not keep it up.
Well, Jack, we got a candidate for our best point of the game early on in that one.
Yeah, that was just back and forth.
Great defensive plays by both sides, constantly making adjustments. Rotations were on time, but in the end, it was the Saints who got it done.
Kaiser sets up Rowan from the back. Whacks it off the arms of Bullard, and the Bulldogs draw within 1. We're going to see Lauren Bomer for the first time for the Bulldogs. It's Kaiser to serve. It's Kaiser targeting Bullard. Johnson sets up Eisenhower, and my goodness, ball goes straight down. Bulldogs find themselves down 7-5 early.
You're the Bulldogs, not much you could do on that. Just a perfect setup for Eisenhower. She hammers it right into the middle, right in the weak spot of the Bulldog defense. Gotta do your best to not let them get those tie-in opportunities early on here.
Yes, Kaiser kind of off her hand over. Sets up Eisenhower again, blocked straight down by Bomer. Lauren Bomer, immediate impact off the Bulldog bench.
You know it's got to feel good for her. Comes into the game about, her 3rd point into this one. Throwing the paws up and smacking that one down.
Feldman to serve for the Bulldogs. Just over the net, dug out nicely by Eisenhower. Set up nicely. O'Shaughnessy blocks it. Whacks it off the arms of, I believe that was Mallory Johnson for the Saints. And the Bulldogs have tied this one up.
I can tell them, so give me in advance when we have a replay coming up. Obviously, we don't have a monitor for them right now, so it's kind of difficult to do that.
It's Feldman to serve at 7-all. Crone whacks it up. Johnson setting up Eisenhower. Straight down. Deflected and hit Kaiser in the leg. The Saints are going to extend their lead.
A beautiful shot by Eisenhower there. Kaiser was set up in a decent spot for that one. Just a perfect hit right on the shoestrings of Kaiser. Unable to get that tall frame down and into the hardwood to scoop that one out.
Saints to serve is Eisenhower. Bomer a free ball. Crone. Johnson to the back row. Eisenhower dug out by Kaiser. Atherton sending up Rowan cross court. Off the hands of Bullard. Into the front row goes Crone. Bulldogs regain possession. Kaiser setting up O'Shaughnessy in the middle. Bulldogs tie it up 8-all.
When I mentioned before, you can't let the Saints set up their offense. Bulldogs get a big defensive play, and it leads to easy offense. Just a perfect setup for O'Shaughnessy in the middle, and she throws it down right in the gap of the defense of the Saints.
O'Shaughnessy taking that momentum. She's going to serve. That one looks a little long, and it will. So we have more substitutions. It's number 4, Anna Bourbeau. 13 aces on this Saints team, 3rd on the team. The lefty, McCombs digs it out. Kaiser setting up Bomer. Whacks it off the arm. That's going to go behind the Saints bench. It's Lauren Bomer, a spark plug early. Right on cue, Bomer takes a seat, as well as Kaiser, as Sullivan and Chan come in for the Bulldogs. Sullivan to serve. Johnson setting up Morse. McCombs digs it out. Reckling setting up Rowan, whacks it down. Just long.
Man, that would have been a pretty shot. Pretty much no Saints in that top right corner of their side. They're unfortunately just a little too strong. Missed by, say, less than a foot.
Yeah, very tight when they're in that back right corner. It's Johnson to serve. Leads this Heights team in assists per set by a large margin. As Reckling sets up Chan. Dug out by Johnson. Crone sets up Bourbeau. Off speed. Sullivan can't reach it. The Saints extend their lead to 11-9.
Pretty touch by Bourbeau there. There was a line of Bulldogs with the hands up, and Bourbeau just kind of lobs it over them. Finds the weak spot just out in front of a stretched out Bulldog.
We see a lot more aggressiveness in men's volleyball. Women's volleyball, as that goes into the bottom of the net via service error, is more finesse on the women's side. Longer rallies. Bulldogs climb within 1, Rowan to serve.
Well, these two teams, they are very familiar with tight first sets. Looking back to their game last year, Siena took the first set 28-26. The second set was 25-21. So these teams are used to being close sets early on in the game. We'll see if that continues throughout this one.
Rowan whacks it, and that's going to be long once more. Bulldogs giving away 3 points. Saints extend the lead 12-10 as Ballard to serve once more. Off the arm of Sullivan. Rowan dives. Can't make the play.
Good effort there by Rowan. It was off, like you said, off the arm of Sullivan. Kind of shot straight to the right, and Rowan tried to put the body on the line, but that one just kept carrying a little bit too far and into the bleachers.
Ballard to serve again. Off the arm of Sullivan. Reckling saves it back to Sullivan, who somehow, Bulldogs are going to get a point out of that. Miscommunication everywhere, but it goes off the arm of Ballard, and the Bulldogs bid 2.
Not sure I've ever seen one hit off the bottom of the HVAC system here on the roof.
Off the arm of Ballard goes haywire as Atherton do serve. Nice one off the net to Crone. I believe that was Morse actually. Whacked it straight down. Bulldogs did a very nice job to block. You just can't get anything going on offense there.
It's a tough play by Atherton there. Kind of set up right against the base of the net there. Didn't really have too much room to put that one. Ends up putting it right into the bottom of the net, and nothing any of her teammates can do with it.
Lone to serve. Reckling sets up Feldman cross court. Johnson has it for the Saints. Off speed from Eisenhower. Excuse me, that was Ferris. And Ferris tries again, blocked straight down by Feldman. The 9 and the 8 look very similar from up here, but Bulldogs doing a nice job on Ferris as they creep into this deficit.
That combo of O'Shaughnessy and Feldman right in front on the net. Not much these Saints can do when, that pair is right on the net there. That's where we've seen them use finesse before early on in this game. But I'm not sure the power is going to be there.
Kaiser, Johnson, setting up Eisenhower, blocked again. O'Shaughnessy and Bomer double team it. The Bulldogs are within 1.
And we saw the Saints have success earlier in the set, kind of lofting at those off speeds over. I think that might have to be the primary strategy here. They're trying to go through the teeth of the defense, but simply not working here in the first set.
Hit up by Eisenhower. Johnson with an off speed, dug out by Kaiser. Atherton sets up Feldman. Dug out nicely. Eisenhower going to be a free ball for the Bulldogs. Rowan setting up Kaiser. Bomer far side. Dug out, another free ball for the Bulldogs. Kaiser straight up. Atherton to in front of us to Bomer. Free ball, looked like it was going long. Siena plays it regardless. O'Shaughnessy just over. Feldman hits it way in the air. Kaiser setting up Bomer in front of us, blocked. Batted back and forth, prone to Johnson. In the center to Vitali. Whack straight up. Kaiser to Feldman. Off the fingertips of Ballard. Bulldogs tie it up.
I spoke too soon earlier when that was the point of the game. That was about a 45-second rally, and it ends with a Bulldog point. Exactly what you want to see if you're David Kwan right now.
End-to-end action. As Kaiser mopping up the floor. 14-all. First set. Stats are in favor of the Bulldogs hitting percentage-wise. Almost 150 points higher than Siena Heights. It's Crone to Johnson to Eisenhower. My goodness. We have headsets on up here, but you could hear the slap of that ball straight down.
Nothing you can do if you're the Bulldogs there. If she is set up in the middle, has a perfect set, it's good night when Eisenhower's coming down with it.
Yeah, no chance for the Bulldogs. It's Hicks to serve. Atherton. Feldman other side. Bomer reactionary. They're going to give it back to Bomer. Off the block of Vitali and Johnson. The Bulldogs tie it up once more.
I'm more looking at the energy on this Bulldog bench. Much larger roster size the Bulldogs have compared to the Saints. But even when the Saints are scoring, the few they have on the bench doesn't seem like the energy's quite there, especially when you compare it to what's going on with the Bulldogs right now.
See if the Bulldogs can sustain that energy. As McCombs to serve. They'll go by Vitali. Johnson setting up Eisenhower. Blocked. Up again. Johnson setting up Eisenhower again. That's going to go off the net and in. As the Saints are feeding Eisenhower here early.
Now, O'Shaughnessy not really a big scorer for this Bulldog team. She's more on the defensive side of things, and she's going to be one of the more unsung heroes if the Bulldogs come out with this one, just kind of shadowing Eisenhower in the middle, just trying to get the paws up, knocks them down. She's made a few plays already, and it's really what turned the momentum early on in the set. Let's see if she can keep doing it.
Right on cue, Bulldogs. Sort of a free point. It was a nice block down by, I believe that was Rowan. So Shaughnessy to serve. Bulldogs, Saints tied here. 16-16, set number one.
At the end of this set, we're going to do a throw down to Audrey.
Johnson, sort of a change-up. Kaiser setting up Bomer. Defense to offense. Bulldogs grab the lead, 17-16.
Wasn't sure if Bomer was going to have the space to send that one down, but she beats a Saint to the spot, puts it down, gives the Bulldogs the lead here.
Shaughnessy, Crone to Johnson. Set up nicely to Hicks. I believe that was Vitali, excuse me. The Saints tie it up at 17.
Would have been a real tough play for Chloe Kaiser to make there. Diving down to her left. Would have been an insane dig if she were to get it. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, she was unable to do so.
Lefty Bourbeau to serve. Rowan. Kaiser back to Rowan. Off speed, just short. Tried to go with the changeup and just short. Hits the net, falls back at the Bulldog end.
I like the idea there from Virginia Rowan. Unfortunately, that ball just kind of rolled up her wrist a little bit, unable to get a little bit of power she needed to get it over the net there.
So we set up Rowan once more. Dug out nicely by Bourbeau. To Johnson. Right in front of us to Ballard. Diving stop. The Bulldogs can't come up with it. McCombs on the diving stop. Bulldogs trail 19-17. having trouble with the lefty serve of Burbo. So they go right at McCombs. Outside to Rowan. It's going to be a free ball from Bomer, just long. Oh, that looked pretty close. Far left-hand corner.
There was the play earlier that I thought the Bulldogs got in the top right. This one even closer, unfortunately just out of the box.
So we're going to have a timeout, I believe, by Coach Kwan. This gives us a nice time to highlight Bulldogs season. Bulldogs, like we mentioned earlier, to go more in depth, 1-7 record to start. They played tough opponents, and they were all neutral site games. Bulldogs returned home to face Lawrence Tech and played 2 really tough sets against the Blue Devils. We're going to take a short break as we are just about set to get back underway. Bulldogs trailing 20-17 here on ACTV.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
We are back here on ACTV. Saints up 20-17 on the Bulldogs. Lefty Burbo to serve once more. McCombs to Kaiser to Bomer, straight down through the blocks of Morse and Ballard. Bulldogs get a much-needed point.
So far here in the first set, Bulldogs looking like the better complete offensive team. We've seen multiple Bulldogs get kills in this first set. Rowan with 3, Bomer with 4, Feldman with 2, O'Shaughnessy has 1. The Bulldogs are all over the place on the offensive end. These are things you love to see if you're David Kwan so far.
Rowan setting up Johnson. Whacked down by Morse, dug out by the Bulldogs. Setting up Rowan. Hits it to the back, dug out by Burbo. In front of us, McCombs. Reckling, far side to Rowan. Blocked straight down.
This next point, we're going to throw it to Audrey.
As we are going to mop up the floor when we have a few substitutions.
Throw it to Audrey.
As we're going to take it down to our sideline to Audrey Evans.
Never mind, just keep talking.
Actually, we're going to keep it right here. You're going to hear more of myself and Remington Gilniak's voice. Hope you're all right with that. It's the Saints.
Just be zoomed out already.
To serve. To Johnson, excuse me. So we get McCombs just over the net, whacked down by a Saint. Reckling recovers to Rowan far side. Free ball in the center of the Saint defense. Bulldogs are within 2.
Not sure what the Saints are doing on defense there. They kind of all stood around, pointed at each other, waiting for someone to go make a play. Instead, it kind of lands softly right in the middle of about 4 Saints.
So you mostly do the back and forth. You can zoom in a little bit.
Rowan to serve. Bulldogs in much need of points. Looks long, and it will go long. That'll be the Bulldogs' 3rd service error.
It's another unforced error by the Bulldogs. You're trying to climb back into the set. It's a crucial set number 1 to get here, and errors like that, it's not going to get it done.
Take a lot out of you as Ballard to serve again. Sullivan to Reckling, setting up Bomer, blocked straight down. I believe that was number 8, Eisenhower, with company. The Bulldogs need points now. So we have another timeout by Coach Kwan. We are going to go to break. When we come back, Bulldogs trailing the Saints 23-19 here at the Merrilott Sport and Fitness Center on ACTV. Bulldogs looking to get back into this first set.
1-0.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Back here on ACTV, Ballard to serve. Bulldogs trailing the Saints 23-19 in this opening set. It's Reckling setting up Chan. Rowan digs it out to Johnson right in front of Eisenhower. Dug out nicely by Rowan. Reckling, sort of a miss hit.
Capture replay.
It's going to be 4 hits.
Replay in 5,
side.
4, 3, 2,
So we're going to get a
1,
replay of that.
and go.
It's been all Eisenhower in this first set for the Saints. Bulldogs don't have an answer yet. See if Coach Kwan can use his 14th season experience.
We're live.
It's Ballard to serve for the opening set.
Yeah, so
Kaiser setting up Chan off speed. Crone digs it out. Johnson setting up another Saint. Kaiser setting up Sullivan from the back. Whacks it down. Dug out nicely. We're going to set up Ferris. Dug out nicely by the Bulldogs as they go back and forth. Crone with a nice off speed. Atherton. Kaiser to the back row for Rowan. Rowan with once another dig. Eisenhower has had enough of this rally and has had enough of this first set. As the Saints close out set number 1 by a score of 25-19.
It was a great last rally there on that play. Big hits and big digs by both sides, but in the end, it was kind of, you were given a player of the set award.
Guys, keep stretching.
It was definitely going to Devin Eisenhower, and she took over that first set for the Saints. 6 kills, 16 total attempts. She was all over the court in the first game, or first set rather. It definitely was the biggest reason why the Saints were able to grab the first set.
All right, send it down in 5.
Bulldogs have 9
4.
kills.
We'll give you a little bit longer, sorry. I saw it.
As Rowan has 4, Bomer has 4. Bulldogs hitting percentage.
Send it down to Audrey.
Pretty well, as we're going to send it down to Audrey Evans on the sideline.
Her. Go.
We have 2 seniors on the court tonight. One is number 5, Kayla Chan. She's a middle hitter, and you can see how hard she's been playing to defend our team. Our second senior tonight that we'll be highlighting is from Siena. We have number 8, Devin Eisenhower. She's going to be put into the Siena Height Hall of Fame. Back up to you, Jack.
Not you, Audrey. Keep going. Are you done?
Back up to you, Jack.
Jack,
talk. Audrey. And we are going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back here on ACTV for set number 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, commercial.
Your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
We are back here on ACTV, set number 2, just about to get underway. As we go through more of these stats in depth. Bulldogs playing pretty well. I mean, you highlight some errors the Bulldogs have, 3 service errors and 6 attacking errors. But other than that, Bulldogs lead the Saints in kills. Assists are even, hitting percentage. It's one thing Coach Kwan harped on earlier when we got a chance to talk to him. Bulldogs hitting percentage is very low for the season. as they try to improve that, as it is at, I believe, 124 as a team, while the opponents are hitting 235. Bulldogs going to have to get that going. Remy, I'll hit you with this. What do the Bulldogs need to do differently in this set to even this one up?
You've mentioned it before with the errors. You just played a great first set. That's one of the better sets we've seen the Bulldogs play this year. They ended up losing by 6, and if you look, they made 6 errors. That's something they need to clean up throughout this game. But if you're a Bulldog fan, you're optimistic after what you saw in that first set. Definitely something to build upon, and Bulldogs definitely able to grab some momentum here and take set number 2, hopefully.
Bulldogs, last time out against the Blue Devils, played a similar competitive set, losing by 25-23, and then had a second set letdown. See if Coach Kwan and the team has learned from that, and they keep this competitive throughout. Just about set to get underway. Bulldog bench keeping the energy. See if this crowd, see if the Bulldogs can go on a run. Get this crowd into it as we have more people joining here. On a Tuesday night, no place better to be than the Merrillat Sport and Fitness Center here on the campus of Adrian College.
Absolutely. Weather outside been a little gloomy today, so why not take some time out of your Tuesday afternoon, walk, probably half a mile for most of the students on campus, come hang out, watch some NCAA women's volleyball, and hopefully cheer on their Bulldogs as they get a win.
Not sure what we are doing right now, but anyhow, we will get started here shortly as the referees are just double checking numbers, I believe. So we're going to see Maddie McCain on the Saints for the first time. Bulldogs, Saints, set number 2, set to get underway. McCain. Rowan digs it out nicely, setting up Chan. Rowan once again. Just batted over by the Saints, and Feldman hits it straight down. Bulldogs get off to a nice start in the opening set.
Remember back in set number 1, it's exactly how the Bulldogs got it done. It was a Feldman kill that got things going. Last time they gave up momentum to the Saints. We'll see if they can hold on to it for a little bit longer in this set.
The Saints have most new faces right here. That is just off the hands of Kate No. One of the, I believe, 4 or 5 new faces this second set for the Saints.
It looked like No was just kind of in between. Is this a bump? Is this a set? Just kind of put the hands up and softly hit off him and straight to the ground. If you're the Bulldogs, you'll take it.
Another unforced error. I believe Lutton setting up Ellie Peterson into the net. Saints not looking as sharp as they did in set number 1. Bulldogs taking full advantage. Atherton to serve once more. Crone digs it out. Setting up Lutton. Kaiser setting up Feldman in front of us. Dug out nicely by Peterson. They're going to set up No. And that goes long. Not off the fingertips at all. Bulldogs 4, Saints 0.
Back in set number 1, Bulldogs started out 3-0 in the set, now 4-0, and they're looking like a completely new team, firing on all cylinders. The defense has been good. The offense has been good. See how long they keep the stretch going.
Announcer jinx at its finest from my partner.
Doesn't get much quicker than that, huh?
As Atherton, another service error, for the Bulldogs. So we're going to get another new face as Ella Swash. Freshman comes in for her first action of this rivalry. The lefty dug out by Sullivan. Setting up Feldman, straight down. Swash hits it straight up. Sort of a scramble at the net, knocked down by O'Shaughnessy. Bulldogs going to get the point, extend the lead, 5-1.
Said it last set, O'Shaughnessy kind of one of the unsung heroes of this Bulldog, especially on the defensive end. Her presence alone, I think it made an impact on a play earlier in the set where she was in the middle and one of the Saints hit it off the middle or top of the net. You're scared to go after someone like O'Shaughnessy who can stick up those paws and do what she did right there. Just bring it straight down, kill any sort of momentum that the Saints can build up.
O'Shaughnessy, a big body in the middle, wreaking havoc. It's Kaiser to serve. Dug out, and it's going to be another free ball for the Bulldogs as Crone off the shoulder of Kaiser. Batted straight up. Feldman whacks it over. Swash. They're going to set up a nice little, I don't even know, sort of a change-up by Lutton. Saints climb within 3.
Saints going back to that finesse game. We talked about it last set. That gave them a lot of success back in the first set, kind of the early to middle part of the set. They're consistently going to that kind of finesse hit, finding holes in the defense instead of going brute force. It allowed them to get kind of a run going. We'll see if they stick with it. It works again for them.
Bulldogs setting Bomer up there pretty nicely. Just miss-hit into the Saints bench. Crone to serve again. She's been one of the only players to play these, seems like the entire match. She's been getting digs everywhere. As they set up O'Shaughnessy, like you were saying, not a big offensive threat. And Katie Morse, the sophomore, whacks it straight back to where it came from.
Hey, going back to Crone being in for almost every single play. Looking at the Saints bench, I'm not seeing any other yellow jerseys. She may be the only libero on this roster.
Crone with 9 digs now as Bomer sets one straight up.
Beautiful hit by Lauren Bomer there. Talk about the finesse of the Saints, but not Bomer. She rises up and absolutely hammers that thing into no man's land of the Saints defense. One of the prettier looking points we've seen today.
Bomer trying to match Eisenhower. It's Feldman to serve for the Bulldogs. Dug out nicely. Set up to Villegas. That is whacked straight down. Saints bench cheers. Bulldogs lead cut 6-5.
A great shot by Villegas there. Just buried it into the back. I wasn't sure if the referee was going to say it stayed in, but pretty clearly did by a few inches at least. And well, she's going to get the call and add another point for the Saints.
Off speed, off the top of the net as O'Shaughnessy. It's another point for the Bulldogs. Chan and McCombs come in. As Lily Sipola will also make her first entrance to the game for the Bulldogs as she's going to serve. Bulldogs 7, Saints 5 early in set number 2. Sipola taking on Saints. Gonna set up Peterson, who whacks it down. Diving attempt from Sipola. Can't get there, and the Saints cut the deficit to 1.
Welcome to the game. Lily Sipola, makes the serve and then immediately gets one sent at her face with a diving attempt. Not much she can do there.
And now she takes her seat back on the bench. Coach Kwan getting quite a few substitutions here, really keeping everyone fresh. It's Peterson to serve. Rowan setting up Kaiser. Chan in the middle. Racked up. Crone setting up McCain. Far side to no. Whack straight down. Bulldogs have seen that lead evaporate quickly.
Oh, the Bulldogs lost momentum quickly back in set number 1. Hopefully they can regain it here. Only 7-7, plenty of time left in the set, but the Bulldogs in a must-win set number 2. Got to get the offense going here.
Bomer whacks it again off the fingertips. The double team block from No and Morse. Mention O'Shaughnessy on the defensive end for the Bulldogs. Bomer leading the way offensively. That's her 5th kill already. Sullivan to serve. So we have more substitutions. Reckling takes the place of Kaiser. Sullivan takes on Peterson. Setting up Morse. Reckling setting up Rowan, who whacks it straight down. Blocked nicely by Morse. Katie Morse blocked that ball straight down from Rowan. Saints tie it up.
Nothing any of the Bulldogs could have done on that one. It was a pretty good shot by Rowan. However, like you said, batted down immediately. No one has the reaction time to make a play on that one.
As Reckling goes change of pace, they're going to set up Lutton in the middle. Bulldogs scrambling. Chan gets it in. We're going to say the Saints, and underneath the net as the Bulldogs get that lead right back.
Saw a similar play back in the first set where one of the Bulldogs kind of stepped over the line, made contact with the net. Wasn't exactly sure what it was. But again, when you hit the ball off the net, it's a real tough angle for the players to create to keep it alive. And right there you saw the consequence of when that happens.
Rowan to serve for the Bulldogs. Hit up by Peterson. Cross court to no. Blocked straight down, but just outside. Reckling and Shan double team that one.
Unfortunate break there for the Bulldogs. Did everything right. It looked like the angle was right on that one, but kind of just off the side of, I believe it was the right arm of Chan, kind of off the side, ended up shooting to the right.
As McCain serves and the Bulldogs with an unforced error. As we were saying, Crone is on the bench as we speak. Maddie McCain to serve. Bulldogs trailing for the first time in this set. Did not last long.
Well, we talked about errors after the first set. So far in set number 2, Bulldogs with 4, Saints with 2.
The Bulldogs have to clean that up if they want any chance. Senior Atherton will serve. Hit up nicely by Burbo. Setting up, no. Whacked straight off of Atherton. She seems to be laughing about it after the fact, but that could not have felt well at all.
It can't be a fun experience if you're Atherton. One thing, you're popping one up, and next thing you know, you got one coming at your face from about 10 feet away.
Swash hits the net. Another one off the net. Scramble for it. Bulldogs are going to get it back. Blocked straight down. That is going to be out. So Bulldogs tie it up 11-11.
Well, we saw a competitive set number 1, gearing up for a competitive set number 2 as we have more subs coming in for the Bulldogs.
A lot of names, a lot of new faces. Both of these sets, both coaches keeping everyone fresh as Kaiser added up. Blocked down by the Bulldogs, but on their side. Morgan Lutton once more, sort of just pushing that one over the net. As Crone comes back in to serve.
The student director is plus tape.
Rowan. To Kaiser. Free ball from Rowan. Saints set it up. Going cross court to Peterson. Whacks it straight down. Bulldogs block it, but once again on their side of the net. The Saints start to take control of this second set.
Yeah, Bulldogs rotated just a little bit late there. I believe that was Kaiser and O'Shaughnessy over on the far side. Just couldn't quite get there in time. As a result, ball lands on their side.
Bomer. Rowan digs it out. Another opportunity for the Bulldogs. Atherton setting up Bomer. Blocked down. One-handed by O'Shaughnessy. Keeps it up. Rowan in the center. Saints getting an opportunity from Peterson. That one's blocked once more. It's going to go out of play.
Yeah, I'm liking this approach a lot more from the Saints here in set number 2. Kind of seemed like they were running kind of just a freelance offense in the first, but now they're intentionally getting it to their big hitters over on the far side of the court and forcing the Bulldogs to make big blocks, and so far in the set they've been unable to do so.
Yeah, we saw Eisenhower early in set 1 take control. It's been L. Peterson in this set for the Saints. Crone hits one into the bottom of the net, giving the Bulldogs a free point as McCombs comes in to serve. Crone bats it up. It's going to be a free ball for the Bulldogs. Setting it up to Bomer. Whacks it just long. Nicely played there from the newly entered Phoebe Scott, 25 for the Bulldogs.
And Bomer had a window there again in the back right. A little bit too much on it and results in a Saints point.
As Coach Kwon calls his first time out of this set, number 2, we're going to take a timeout with them. Bulldogs trailing the Saints 15-12 in the second set here on ACTV. Back here live at the Marilot Sport and Fitness Center on the campus of Adrian College. Bulldogs trailing the Saints 15-12. Bulldogs are in a must-win set number 2. They want to keep this match competitive.
Well, in a must-win set number 2, Bulldogs having some unforced errors. 5 errors so far in set number 2. That compares to 3 of the Saints, and a hitting percentage of .045. Bulldogs, if they want to win this crucial set number 2, need to tighten things up, need to make more contact and more effective contact at that to take this set.
As Villegas, freshman to serve. That's going to catch the back right corner. The Saints bench going crazy.
Wasn't sure that one was going to stay in, but might have had a gust of some AC blowing down on that one. Kept it just inside of the line. And gets the same points for the Saints there.
Rowan to Kaiser. Scott whacks it way long. Bulldogs out of sorts.
Typically, coming out of a timeout, you'll see the team who called the timeout come back a little bit more refreshed, play with some more energy, some more focus. But so far, not the case.
No, I'll play that as the next one.
Atherton. Kaiser setting up Rowan, whacks it straight to Crone.
Next time out.
Rowan setting up Peterson. Atherton dives off the fingertips. The Saints start to pull away. 4, 3, 2, 1, and play. This is what we saw against Lawrence Tech Blue Devils last time against the Bulldogs. Bulldogs playing a very competitive first set. In the second set, they've started to pulled away against, as we're going to see Cora Nicolanti check into the game for the first time for the Bulldogs, number 10. She goes right to him. Kaiser setting up Bomer. Blocked once more. And L. Peterson taking control of this second set for the Saints.
Not sure where they had Peterson in the first set, but she has been an absolute monster here in set number 2. As much of an impact that we saw Eisenhower have in the first set, Peterson's done the same and some here in set number 2.
As Villegas with another ace, and we're going to take Coach Kwon, is going to take another timeout. 2 timeouts in the span of Sadai Villegas.
We're going to go to commercial in 10.
Bulldogs
9,
are now trailing
8,
20-12
7,
in set number
6,
2
5,
here in the Marilot
4,
Sport and Fitness Center
3,
on the campus of Adrian
2,
College on ACTV.
1. We're out.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
We are back on ACTV. Bulldogs trailing by 8 in set number 2. Need to go on a bit of a run. As you were saying, Adrian's hitting percentage is -0.4 in set number 2. So more errors than kills, which is not going to result in much success.
Obviously, to start the set off, Bulldogs took a 4-0 lead. It was looking like we were going to get some momentum, in set number 2, but a massive run by the Saints and quickly becoming out of reach here in set number 2 for the Bulldogs.
Vegas to serve again. Nicolani. Kaiser setting up Nicolani. Bulldogs have an opportunity. Crone whacks it over. Atherton setting up Kaiser. To Bomer. Crone digs it again. Fight for it at the net, and O'Shaughnessy wins the battle.
What a big play for the Bulldogs. Kind of a sigh of relief. It's felt like forever since we've seen the Bulldogs put a point on the board, and who else but Avery O'Shaughnessy sticking the paws up, sending that one back to sender.
Sipola checks in for the second time this evening to serve once more. Diving stop. Saints get there right away. Bulldogs have an opportunity. Kaiser setting up Bomer off the net. I believe they're going to say that hit on the other side of the net. Out of the field of play from Bomer. It's Peterson to serve for the Saints. She's been a killer in this set number 2. See if Coach Ness sticks with Peterson. Goes back to Eisenhower for set number 3. It's Kaiser setting up Bomer once more. Saints getting an opportunity right in the middle. Blocked straight down from Chan and Bomer.
Another big play on the defensive end by the Bulldogs. If the offense is going to continuously make errors, rely on the defense. Get some points to go your way. Try to get some momentum, and you're going to hope the offense tightens up.
Sullivan to serve. Good one at that is Crone setting up no. Atherton, Reckling. Good ball movement. Nicolani off the fingertips of the Saint blockers. Bulldogs starting a little run. Sullivan to serve once more. Another boomer right at Peterson. Crone setting up Villegas from the back, and that one's long. Bulldogs suddenly 3 quick points. See if they force Coach Ness to call her first time out of the match.
So I was trying to say earlier, building momentum is so important in a sport like volleyball. It takes just a couple minutes of not focusing as much as you should be, and next thing you know, you're down 10 points and staring down the barrel of an 0-2 set deficit.
As Kate No whacks one straight down. No chance for Sullivan. Number 4, Anna Burbo checks in once more, the lefty server. Atherton, Reckling setting up Nicolani. Off speed, diving play by Villegas. Another diving play. Saints going all out. Bulldogs do get the point.
4, replay in 3, 2,
so we're going to check a replay there. Saints diving all over the floor. Effort certainly
back from replay
is there. So now we have Nicolani to serve. Expected to see Nicolani a lot more. She played basically the full match last time out against the Blue Devils.
It's like David Kwan having a conversation with the referee here. Not exactly sure what it's about.
I think they tried to do a late substitution. Referees having none of it. See if Nicolani can spark this Bulldogs team. Don't want to go down 2 sets to love. Off speed in the middle. Setting up in the middle. Blocked off the hands of Chan. Lutton there in the center. Bulldogs 2 points away from dropping set number 2.
It's a nice play by Lutton there. Chan just got there a little bit too late. We've seen her be late a couple times already. With the size of Lutton, you got to be precise where you're throwing up the hands, and this time off by just the slightest of margins, and it results in a Saints point.
McCain serves one deep. It looked like it was going out. Villegas over. Atherton whacks it up. Reckling to Sullivan. Just long, not off the fingertips at all. Coach Kwan is in disagreement with most officials. Thought that ball may have clipped the line as Bulldogs face.
I think David Kwan has a case there.
It's a set point for the Saints. Reckling.
Take it to punt for 30 seconds. Play a 1 30-second commercial, and then they will throw it to Audrey.
Reckling to Champ. Bulldogs need a block. Villegas off the arm of Nicolani. Sullivan plays it off the back wall, but obviously you can't do that. As the Saints take set number 2 by a score of 25-17.
We're going to go to break in 30 seconds.
Bulldogs in that set number 2, like we mentioned earlier, finished with a hitting percentage of 0. Bulldogs just need to do a better job in the future, especially in set number 3, getting on the offense here.
Again, in the first set, we said they needed to cut down on the errors. Set number 1, they had 6 errors. In the second set, 9, and as a result,
going to break in 10 seconds.
They dropped the set by 8 points.
See if Coach Kwan's experience can lift this Bulldogs. So we're going to take a short break. Be right back for set number 3 here on ACTV.
1.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
We are back on ACTV. Bulldogs trailing the Saints in the final matchup between these two schools. 2-0. Taking a look at some of the stats as we went into break, sharing the Bulldogs need to get on the offensive, be more successful with these kills. I'll shove it over to you, Remy. Bulldogs down 2-0. What do we got to do to get back in this?
Well, there's a lot of things you can talk about when looking at the scorecard so far. If you're a Bulldog fan, it's no way to sugarcoat it. It's not been pretty so far. You've given up 50 points, only scored 36 of your own. The hitting percentage at .079. You're losing an assist. You have less aces. You have more errors than the other team. If you're the Bulldogs, you really just got to find a way to capture momentum and just stack points on top of each other. Try to put the Saints in a hole, because right now you're staring down the barrel of an 0-2 set deficit. Going to take a lot for these Bulldogs to get back in it. But given the history of these two teams, I wouldn't count anything out here.
Yeah, Bulldogs do not want to go out on a losing streak to this Saints team. They have 3 sets they're going to have to win in succession to prevent that from happening and to prevent them from falling to a 1-8 start.
Again, going back to kind of the all-time series here, these are a pair of teams that have been playing each other since 1977. It's a long time to be crosstown rivals, and almost every year they make the trip to either here or they meet somewhere else. Typically, it happens here at the Merrilott Sport and Fitness Center. So it looks like we are just about ready to begin play here in the third set here.
Just doing some housekeeping. Kaiser wiping up the floor.
In the future, you ever on action cam during times like these?
It looks like most of the same starting 5 from set number 2. So we have Peterson, Vitale, Crone, Johnson.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a turnaround with a player quite like we saw from set number 1 to set number 2 with Peterson. You know, in that first set, it seems like we didn't say the name Elle Peterson once. All of a sudden, we come back for set 2, and it's every other play. She's doing something on offense, something on defense. Just having an outstanding game so far for these Saints. See what the Bulldogs do to counter that.
To add on to the Bulldogs' troubles, we have Peterson and Eisenhower in the game at the same time. Double the trouble. Bulldogs are going to have to play a near-perfect set. Let's get back into this. Referees over at the scorer's table. It appears as though Amelia McCombs, the senior, will lead us off. We are all set. Referees blow the whistle. Combs serves a short one. Diving play by Crone. Whacked up by Peterson. Diving play by McCombs. Kaiser setting up Rowan. Whacks it down. I believe that was Villegas either touching the net or going underneath the net for maybe the third time. The Bulldogs jump out to a 1-0 lead.
Third straight set in this contest for the Bulldogs. Score the opening point of the set. Didn't lead to wins in either of the first 2 sets. We'll see if that changes here in set number 3.
Courtney Johnson, the freshman. Cleaning up the floor as McCombs is set to go. Villegas. Up to Johnson, back to Villegas. Blocked down by Kaiser and Chan. Eisenhower from the back. Dug out by Sullivan. To Rowan, straight down, blocked again. Kaiser with a changeup right in the middle of the defense. 2-0 Bulldogs.
What a play there by Kaiser. Kind of a back and forth, big hit after big hit. She decides to change up the tempo, just kind of slow things down, throw the changeup right over the net there and get it to land for the Dogs.
More mopping up of the floor. Both these teams going all out. Sweat becoming a factor.
Well, I don't know about you, Jack, but it's a little toasty in the Maryland Sport and Fitness Center today. Warm temperatures outside. You know, we haven't quite reached the Michigan fall yet, so we're still looking at 80 degrees outside. That's going to warm things up in here a decent amount.
Yeah, they have a fan going, a few doors open, but yeah, like you said, it is muggy. So McCombs says floater over. Whacked straight down, dug out by Atherton. Rowan whacks it just long. Man, the Bulldogs would have loved to pay that dig from Rainey Atherton off.
And they had the opportunity to do it. Virginia Rowan, again, had the angle, that back right, just a little bit too much mustard on it. Just out of bounds.
It's Ella Swash. McCombs in the middle to Kaiser. Bulldogs playing pinball. Saints tie it up. Saints playing leapfrog over on their sideline.
You know, I keep wanting to make comments about the celebrations over there. I'm pretty impressed. This is some of the most creativity I've seen in the celebration category. And if it's helping them win, it's helping them win.
As Chan whacks one straight down. Looked like a lot of hits there. Bulldogs setting up Chan again. Kaiser saves it. Sullivan tries to change sides. Dug out by Swash. Setting up Eisenhower. Atherton, another diving play. Rowan again. Whacks it deep, just long again.
And you like the strategy here from the Bulldogs, just unable to finish it. They had the Saints defense swirling all around. They had an opening, but once again, just slightly off with the touch, unable to capitalize.
Bulldogs defense once again playing well. Offense just has to keep up. There's a service error from the Saints as the Bulldogs decline back into a 3-3 tie. Atherton to serve. Cross court. Eisenhower digs it out. They go cross court to Villegas. As O'Shaughnessy, it looks like, bumped the net. going to be a point for the Saints. We believe. We're not sure where the ball is.
It should be a point for the Saints.
Yeah, and it will be. Anna Burbo, the lefty, coming on to serve once more.
Just an unfortunate situation there for O'Shaughnessy as that ball off of Villegas did end up going well out of bounds. Would have been a point for the Bulldogs. Again, it's another unforced error that the Bulldogs want to turn the season around now. These are the things they need to clean up.
That is whacked down by Eisenhower. Tug out by McCombs, but ball just ricochets into the first row. As Burbo to serve once more. McCombs setting up Rowan again. Just too close to the net to get a good hit on Eisenhower. McCombs to Rowan. Somehow that ball is played over by the Bulldogs. Blocked straight down. Saints recover, setting up Eisenhower. Oh boy. Blocked straight down, just outside.
Man, we were gearing up for a big Eisenhower point. Instead, a pair of Bulldogs get the arms up.
It was Emma Lineberger. First action today, blocking that one straight down.
And it was a good play by the Bulldog defense, but a couple of unlucky breaks so far in this one is, I would say the Bulldogs have been about 3 inches away from about a 5-point swing in this one.
Yeah, Bulldogs blockers playing very well. Obviously, early in the first set, you had Eisenhower whacking the ball around, but Coach Kwan and company have made adjustments. So we're going to have more substitutions. I believe Lutton is coming off for Vitali, excuse me. And they will swap right back. Bulldogs trailing. Set number 3, 6-3. It's go time now. It's Lineberger to serve. Referee over at the scorers table once more.
I would imagine this has something to do with substitutions as he's looking around looking for numbers. Looks like on the Saints side of things here.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of substitutions from both teams.
Now, if you're David Kwan and the Bulldogs here, I don't know if you're too upset over the delay here. Kind of seems like the Saints are grabbing some momentum here. And yes, the Bulldogs got a point. However, things so far in this third set not going your way. So the fact that you're kind of getting an inorganic timeout here, maybe just what your team needs to start to get back into this thing.
Hoping that prevails. We'll take this short little break to shout out the rest of our staff on hand here today. So this is one of our featured broadcasts this week. So we have Connor running the director. Been in my ear all night. Great guy. Obviously, you guys have met Audrey Evans on the sideline. Top cam up here is Bryce. We've got Tyler Ackerman running an action cam. And we have Josiah, sort of the oversee of ACTV, directing us around. Can't say enough nice things about him.
Again, here at Adrian College TV, the broadcasts are fully student-led, fully student-directed. The only full-time employee is Josiah Durrell, the streaming coordinator. But this broadcast specifically has been all students so far throughout this one. So it looks like we're maybe starting to get some things cleared out. You know, I'm thinking this may be roster issues.
Center. Not this point, but the following point is when we will do sideline. So just keep going.
You know, we spoke to the head coach for the Saints before the game, Corey Ness, and she kind of talked about how she combined kind of her varsity and her JV rotational rosters together this game. So I wonder if some of these substitutions has something to do with, you know, maybe this is their first time on varsity. They weren't on the official roster in time. We don't really have access to the information
to Audrey
right now.
After this thought.
So yeah, I'm thinking maybe that's what the delay is.
We are going to take it down to our sideline reporter, Audrey Evans.
Right now, they are actually discussing the sideline substitution for Siena Heights. Back up to you.
Yeah, thanks, Audrey. That's what Remington and I thought about. Referee doing his due diligence over there.
Good job, everybody.
Not letting Siena get away with anything. As we are just not quite sure. Referee talking with Corey Ness, first-year head coach from the Saints. Actually played for Eastern Michigan under Kim Barrington. And Kim Barrington was the coach on, or excuse me, Corey Ness was under Kim Barrington on the staff for, I believe, 5 years, and now taking over. It looks like we are finally set to get back underway. Enough of us blathering. Let's see some volleyball. Like we mentioned. Sorry, Remy.
As Audrey confirmed, that was something to do with the substitutions. Kind of what we figured, but we don't know what the resolution was. So instead, it's a 5-4 Saints lead. Make that 5-5.
Not sure what happened there. Miscommunication from the Saints. Bulldogs do get back into this. I, for one, thought it was 6-3 Saints at one point. So somewhere along the way, Bulldogs are gifted another point, as they're going to set up Eisenhower, who whacks one straight off the arms of number 11, Amelia McCombs. And if the Saints want to make substitutions, if they could bring off Devin Eisenhower, that would be very helpful for the Bulldogs to try to get back into this. Saints to serve, and it's Hicks. Setting up O'Shaughnessy in the middle, somehow keeps it up. Rowan whacks one over. Sort of straight up again. Scramble at the net. They're going to set up Rowan far side. Whacks it down off the face of Hicks. Bulldogs even it up at 6.
Man, look at the energy coming from the Bulldog bench. They know this is the last time they're going to be playing the Saints ever. So coming out with a win here would be absolutely fantastic for the Bulldogs, kind of trying to improve that record on the year. It's been a rough start to this one, but here 6-6 in set number 3. It is not over yet.
There's Rowan. Throws one cross court. Lutton whacks it down. It's going to be off the fingertips of a Bulldog defender. More dance moves from, I believe that was number 2, Mallory Johnson, the setter. We saw her a lot in the first set.
Feels like every single time I look over there after a Saints point, he's showcasing some type of dance move over there. Now,
it's been Johnson and Burbo going back and forth. As Burbo serves this one. Number 23, or excuse me, 33, Peterson.
Jet, keep talking.
Knocks it
the next
down.
time that there is a timeout, we are going to go to Audrey again.
And Bulldogs somehow come away with that point. I guess Peterson clipped the net.
I believe that's what the near side referee here signaled.
It's going to be Lily Sipola. The Bulldogs trying to, and L. Peterson whacks that one straight down.
Really quickly have them throw it to the commercial, play 130, and then they'll bring it back to Audrey. They'll throw to Audrey on fire.
More substitutions. Goodness gracious. This third set is just no pace yet. It's both coaches trying to get everyone involved.
Well, you know, in a game like this, it's a non-conference game, the last meeting between these two crosstown rivals. You know, if you're either head coach, you want to get your ladies into this game. You want to make sure everyone has a chance to experience this one. So as annoying as it may be to kind of sit through those intermissions, it's something you can look past.
Setting up Peterson. Atherton digs it out. Setting up Feldman, whacks it. That's going to ricochet out of play. Bulldogs tie it up at 8.
What a smart
play in 5, 4.
What a smart play
3,
by Bomer
2,
there. So we're going to take
1.
another look at this play here.
Yeah, just setting Feldman up perfectly. Whacks it down. velocity just ricochets that ball
We're
out.
back from replay.
You saw Bomer take that first initial step on that play, but able to have the IQ and the awareness to kind of take a step back and not make contact with that one. Good vision, too, as that one landed within 3 inches of that line.
As Sullivan to serve, leads the team in aces. Coming into this with 8. Bulldogs trying to get a point. They're setting up Eisenhower from the back. Atherton digs it out. Kaiser setting up Feldman. Tries to come back this side. Played well, and Eisenhower from the back, off the fingertips of the blocks. Eisenhower, even if she's not playing outside hitter at the net, she's still whacking the ball around from the back.
It's her 9th kill of the game, and for the season she has a kills per set of 3.28. Seems to be right on par with that again in this one. Just a great player for the Saints so far this season.
That ball looked out from the get-go, and it will. Going off, Eisenhower coming into this at 1,040 career kills. As a senior, 250 kills a year. More than that, actually. We're just getting underway to their senior season. As Feldman serves. Sort of a free ball. Rowan whacks it down. And that ball is out. It looked like the Saints player touched it. She dove for it. Guess not. Bulldogs trail 9-10.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Jack. It looked like it was touched at the very end by a Saint. And are we having more substitution troubles here on the Saint side of things?
Ella Swash will come into play. She does lead this Saints team in aces with 21 coming in. As Kaiser is off Sullivan's arms, just too close to the net. No chance for Kaiser.
Replay in 5, 4, 3.
We're gonna take another
2,
look at this one here.
On replay.
Just too close to the net for the Bulldogs. Once again,
back from replay.
I believe we missed that point, but it was the same thing. Swash serves. The Bulldog dig just could not get enough of it. As Coach Kwan, takes his first time out of this third set, we are going to take a break with him. Eventually, here on ACTV, we're going to take a break.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
We are back here on ACTV. We're going to kick it down to our sideline reporter, Audrey Evans.
Audrey, come on.
I believe we had some technical difficulties there. We will hear Audrey later on in this third set. Sorry for the confusion. Bulldogs trail the Saints 12-9. Swash to serve once more. Bulldogs need a last-ditch effort. Sham. Kaiser setting up Rowan a bit behind her, dug out by Crone. To Johnson, setting up Eisenhower. Oh boy. Whacked down Atherton. Somehow saves it. Goes Sullivan to the back. Miss hit off the middle of the net.
Not a bad idea for Sullivan going for the kill straight away there. She had the angle there, just unable to get the correct attack angle on the hit itself, and as a result ends up in the bottom of the net.
Swash still serving once more.
Go now. Throw now.
And we are going to take a short break down to Audrey Evans on our sideline.
During that last little break, Coach Kwan called in his girls, and he's telling them, get in, watch what your players and your teammates are doing, get close, and just keep going for it. Back up to you, Jack.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs need to do that as we have a rally going here. Back and forth. Rowan. Swash digs it out. Setting Johnson. Cross court. Maybe I missed it. Not sure if Villegas tried to guide that one into the corner. Bulldogs will take the free point.
I like the idea by Villegas there. It was wide open the far side of the court. Just put a little bit too much under it. Ends up out of bounds.
Atherton to serve. Bulldogs need a run. Swash setting up Johnson. Cross court to Eisenhower. Hits the top of the net. Kicked. Bulldogs get the point regardless. Bulldogs starting to grab some of that momentum.
I think this is the first time all game we've had something negative to say about Eisenhower. It took her about 2.5 sets to finally miss a kill.
As Atherton just missed. The Bulldog bench had a great view of that and a lot of hands on heads. They can't believe that one slid wide.
So now if you're the Bulldogs, you're kind of running out of time here. Well, obviously, it's a must-win set number 3 after dropping the first 2. Looking for any way to get momentum going here. And that one off of O'Shaughnessy is certainly going to help the cause.
A nice play there from McCombs and Lineberger, combining to set up O'Shaughnessy. As Bomer checks back in, see if she can get back to what she was in the first opening set. Lineberger to serve. It's Johnson going to set Villegas off the fingertips of the double block from O'Shaughnessy and Rowan, and that's going to fall in the middle of the Bulldog defense.
Tough break there once again for the Dogs up front on the net. Had a pair of Bulldogs there, but weird deflection ends up in no man's land. Again, they pretty much did everything right there, just not much you can do for the Bulldogs.
Hicks to serve, setting up O'Shaughnessy again. Off the hands of Hicks, sort of into no man's land. No Saint called for it. Bulldogs within 2. Rowan to serve. Virginia Rowan. Gonna need a run out of her. Johnson setting cross court to Eisenhower. Somehow dug out by Rowan. Bulldogs gonna have to play it over. They're setting up Eisenhower again. High ball off the fingertips. And that one is going to go to the Saints.
I mean,
Replay in 5, 4.
This has
3,
been the Saints
2,
strategy the entire
1.
games. We'll take another look at it here.
Eisenhower could not get it the first time. Rowan somehow dug out that velocity.
There it is. It was a big dig by Roman, but unfortunately the Bulldogs unable to do anything with it.
We're going to have Eisenhower serving. Hopefully she can hit one into the net for the Bulldogs' sake. Can't. Feldman to Lineberger. Back in the middle to Bomer, whacks it straight down. Eisenhower somehow comes up with it. Cross court to Peterson. Set up. Lineberger tries to go off speed. Off speed again. Bodies flailing everywhere. Feldman cross court off the hand of Peterson. Bulldogs hanging in there in this third set.
I think that's the most fired up I've seen the Bulldogs so far in this one. Kind of a couple of nifty plays by a few Bulldogs, and in the end, it's Feldman making the smartest play of them all, lofting it over the net on the far side. Saints unable to recover from it.
Sipola checks in to serve once more. Coach Kwan giving her directions. Goes deep. Eisenhower. Johnson setting up. Bulldogs with a chance. Lineberger setting up Chan in the middle. Rowan digs it out. Johnson to the back to Eisenhower. That's long. Bulldogs knew it. Sipola, the smart play to let it go. Just like that, 16-15.
Obviously, the Bulldogs have a tough and steep hill to climb here. But if they're able to capture set number 3, suddenly you could take it set by set.
Sipola right to Peterson. Peterson to Cipolla. Bulldogs. That ball was hit out by Eisenhower right in front of the scorer's table. It looked like Courtney Johnson was going head over heels into that scorer's table. Thankfully stopped just short. Bulldogs do get the point. Tie game.
This is finally the momentum we've been waiting for the Bulldogs to capture. Their third straight point, looking for number 4 here.
Crone, Johnson. Bulldogs get another break. Setting up Bomer. Blocked straight back. Maybe the ball didn't even get over the net there, as that looked like it just ricocheted off the net. Bulldogs cannot seem to get over the hurdle. You mentioned earlier, they played with the lead early in every set. And it gets to these middle sets. It's Crone to serve. Saints start taking it away. Pulling away, excuse me. This Chan mopping up. More sweat, it appears. Feldman. Lineberger. Back to Feldman. Tries the same thing again. Succeeds. Bulldogs get a free one. Lineberger setting up Feldman. Off the block. Eisenhower, great save. Another save out there by Johnson. Nice save by Rowan. Lineberger. Free ball over. From the back. Oh, looked like Eisenhower wanted it. Didn't get it. Lineberger, great play over to Feldman. Crone digs it out. To Johnson. Cross court. To Peterson. Feldman hits it way in the air. Setting up. Bomer whacks down Eisenhower. Nice play. Johnson back to Eisenhower. Off the fingertips. Atherton. Lineberger cross court to Feldman. Fingertips. Bulldogs tie it up at 17.
5, 4,
What a great
3,
rally. We'll take
2,
another look at the
1.
end of this one right here.
Not the end of the play. Sorry.
There's a couple of nifty plays, as you see right there by the Saints. Eventually the Bulldogs gain possession, and Feldman finishes it off with the kill.
Sullivan to serve. 17 all. Crone. Johnson. Whacked down there by the tail. Nothing the Bulldogs could really do there. Nice set play from the Saints. Courtney Johnson will serve now, number 17, freshman. Lefty once more, and that looks trending to go out. Rowan saves it just in case. Blocked straight down on the Saints side. Bulldogs tie it once again.
And the Bulldogs fighting to buy themselves another set. You know, the first 2 sets, once we got kind of the latter half of the set, the Bulldogs kind of crumbled. They kind of fell apart a little bit. But here in set number 3, absolutely giving up nothing.
As Feldman tries to go cross court into the net. Another service error. I believe that is 6 now for the Bulldogs. Saints with 6 as well. Saints do have 6 aces to the Bulldogs 3. And we're just going to trade serving aces back and forth. That time by L. Peterson. It's Atherton to serve. Bulldogs, Saints tied at 19 in this must-win set for the Bulldogs. Atherton. Next, Crone. Johnson. It's going to be a chance for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs take it quickly into the back right corner. Lineberger. The heads-up play, and the Bulldogs lead 2019.
What a shot by Lineberger there. Ran up on it, got a light touch, tucked it right into the corner for the point for the Bulldogs, and that's going to force a Siena Heights timeout.
It's going to be Corey Ness's first time out of the match.
Going to replay in 10 seconds. 9, 8.
We are here on ACTV. Bulldogs
7,
trailing
6,
20 to 19,
5,
or excuse me, leading 20 to 19. We're going to take a short break here on
2,
ACTV.
1.
Become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
We're back on ACTV. Bulldogs with their first lead deep into a set. Atherton to serve once more. Bulldogs up 2019.
Well, I mentioned after the previous two sets, Bulldogs had to tighten things up. They really haven't tightened up the errors. 7 attack errors to go along with 2 service errors. However, that has been matched by 6 attack errors by the Saints, as well as 3 service errors. So at this point, it's kind of who's going to make the fewest mistakes is who's going to win this pivotal set number 3.
Eisenhower gets blocked. Rowan into the center of the defense. Bulldogs extend the lead.
Going up by 2 points here in this point of set number 3 is a massive momentum swinger here. Bulldogs have the heavy advantage here in set number 3.
Eisenhower, Johnson. Bulldogs get a free one. Lineberger whacks it down off the outstretched arm of Peterson. Bulldogs are on a run.
Another big play by Lineberger. He's been quiet so far in this one, but here in the latter half of set number 3, couple nice kills for the Bulldogs. Has them 3 points away from buying themselves a set number 4.
Atherton, catalyst of this run, has targeted Eisenhower quite a bit. Changes it up here, right into the net. Tough service error for the Bulldogs. A pivotal point in the match. As Mia Vitali checks in to serve. Bulldogs up by 2, 3 points away, forcing a third set. Rowan to Lineberger, to the middle, whacked down by O'Shaughnessy off the block. Out of play, Bulldogs 2 points away.
Big play there by Rowan. He's kind of been hanging on that far side all game. Finally gets one to sneak through the Saints defense.
Lineberger to serve. Caught everyone off guard there. They're setting up. Eisenhower blocked straight up. It's going to ricochet off the block and out of play. As Bomer checks back in. Villegas to serve. Bulldogs content, going back and forth, point for point. Atherton diving play. Bomer tries to save it, can't do it.
Just a really good serve by Villegas there. Tucks it in the corner. Only one who had a shot at it was Atherton. And after a play like that, that's going to always force a timeout. This one, courtesy of David Kwan.
Coach Kwan uses his final timeout.
We're going to go to break in 10 seconds.
Set.
10,
Bulldogs
9,
leading the
8,
Saints 23-22. We're going to take a short break with
5,
them and be right
4,
back here on
3,
ACTV.
2, 1.
Back here on ACTV. Bulldogs lead the Saints 23-22.
Pivotal point here in the contest. Saints trying to tie up set number 3, trying to stop all momentum the Bulldogs are currently building. A point right here would certainly quiet down not only the Bulldog bench, but the rest of the Maryland Sport and Fitness Center.
And it's Villegas once more. Biggest point of the match so far. Feldman to Lineberger, setting up Rowan. Goes cross-court, diving attempt by Villegas, just out of her reach. Bulldogs with their first set point here at home this year.
Down the stretch here, it's been Virginia Rowan making all the plays for the Bulldogs. It's really who they're relying on to get them into set number 4 and get a chance to catch their breath.
Set point. And the Saints go right to Eisenhower. Shocker there. She whacks one down. Bulldogs still with a set point. And Eisenhower goes back to serve.
That was her 12th kill of the game. No surprise, it's who they're looking to go to. Most kills in the game by far by any player on either side. Again, no surprise there.
We try to keep it neutral here on ACTV, but I would not mind a service error from Eisenhower right now. Eisenhower to serve. Bulldogs with a set point. Atherton to Lineberger. Cross court to Feldman. Whacks it straight down in play. 24 all. Saints, when they need it the most, block one in play.
Now the Saints shut down the leading Bulldog scorer of the season when it matters most. Now we got ourselves a completely different dynamic. All of a sudden, Saints have a chance to steal the third set, and with it, the rest of the contest.
Reminder, it's win by 2. Sort of like a tennis tiebreak right now. We are all set at 40 all. Feldman, Lineberger, and back to Rowan. It's going to be a free hit for the Saints as they go short. Change of pace. She had the angle. Believe that was Lutton just outside. Bulldogs catch a break there as they have their third set point of the set.
That far side referee instantly went up with the flag, showing that that one missed maybe by an inch.
O'Shaughnessy. Eisenhower, miss hit. Shan tried to take it quickly. The Bulldogs somehow can't capitalize on that one. Man, oh man, that was their opportunity.
You said it, Jack. The opportunity was there, and they've really been there all game, just have yet to capitalize. But it's not over yet. Very much still in this game.
Roan to serve. Feldman, Lineberger. Eisenhower digs it out. Peterson off the arms. And just like that, the Saints get their first match point.
Time for the Bulldogs to bear down here, facing match point. Need to find a way to get this thing back to even.
Maya Crone. This be the last point between these two schools. Lineberger takes it quickly, and they're going to call it a lift. And the Saints come out on top, 27-25 in this third set. As the final game played between these two historic colleges will go to the Saints. Bulldogs had 3 set points. That set just could not take advantage as they drop this one in straight sets, 25-19, 25-17, and 27-25.
I'm going to stay on that one.
And a bit of an anticlimactic end to this historic crosstown rivalry between the Saints and the Bulldogs. Again, matchups dating back to 1977. And here in 2025, probably the last time these two teams will ever face off. It ends in a 3-0 sweep, courtesy of the Siena Heights Saints.
Although it is a rivalry, nothing but respect from these two colleges. So we wish nothing but the best for the players from Siena Heights having to transfer. Just taking a look at some of these stats overall. Bulldogs, it just comes down to the offense once more. They had more total attacks than Siena Heights. They had more opportunities. Just that hitting percentage just below 100 as they
finish
.96.
the spot and we are good.
And we are going to take it down to our sideline reporter as she has Coach Corey Ness from the Siena Heights. Audrey Evans, take it away.
You're very close to me. It's very uncomfortable.
I'm here with Coach Ness, who's been working for Siena for 5 years and coaching her first year for their women's volleyball. Coach Ness, you've won across from your crosstown rivals. How has that got your emotions going?
I mean, it's nice to be the last. Wow. It's nice to finish off the last time here as a Saint. It's a good win for us. It's a whole program win. I had all of my reserved kids in, all of my varsity kids in, so it was just a great time to just play the entire roster.
Now going forth with the rest of your season playing out for your last year, you got your whole roster, you've got your other girls. What do you hope to see going forward?
We're super young, so it's getting these young kids used to playing the pace of college ball and then making sure that they have enough great reps to go on and play somewhere else. That's the beauty of us closing, if you could look at that. But I just want to make sure that I prepare them for the next path forward.
Thank you so much,
You're
Coach
welcome.
Max. Back up to you.
Thanks, guys.
Looking forward, Bulldogs travel to Bluffton this weekend for 4 games on the weekend, facing against Bluffton, Baldwin-Wallace, Hanover, and Heidelberg, as they look to improve on this 1-8 record. As for Siena, they travel to take on Lawrence Tech. Bulldogs just saw them last week. I believe it was the 13th. Blue Devils took them out on 3 sets. Saints take out the Bulldogs on 3 sets. That should be a really good game. And that game to be played Friday the 26th. And then they're back at home versus Rochester Christian on September 27th as they look to improve on a now 7-7 record.
And looking ahead to the rest of the week here on Adrian College Television, Thursday the 25th, that's
Jack,
men's D1 hockey against Northwood University. Then Friday the 26th, it's men's D1 again. On the 27th, men's soccer facing the College of Worcester. That is at 4 p.m. on Saturday. A lot to look forward to in the week of Adrian College athletics right here on Adrian College TV.
All right,
Yeah,
throw it to
Bulldogs
close in 30,
once more
29,
trailing
28,
almost the
27,
complete game here.
26,
just falling
25, 24,
27-25 in the third set again with
22,
3 set points.
21, 20,
Bulldogs ultimately
19,
lose this one.
18,
77-61 total.
16,
the kills,
15,
all
14,
of his stats
13,
just look very
12,
similar.
11,
But that is going to
10,
do it from us here at
9,
ACTV.
8,
For everyone,
7,
including
6,
my sideline
5,
reporter Audrey Evans,
4,
myself, Jack Whitehead, my
3,
partner Remington
2,
Gilniak, from all of us here at
1.
ACTV, good night.